Okay, hey Marcus.
Hey Roy, how you doing?
I'm doing super duper. Let me see if we can have us both on the screen. There we go. Okay, okay. So, so today we are doing a reading on what is the guy's name? Chadwick
Chadwick Boseman. Hmm.
Boseman. Okay, I had it right. Chadwick Boseman. All right, so I pulled some cards. Well, I actually allowed some cards to fall out regarding whatever it is we're supposed to know about him today, or whatever it is he wants us to know. Because I spoke with ancestors, and I asked, if we can speak with him,
Hmm.
if he's available to talk, then that. So these are the cards that kind of jumped out from the ancestors or him. We'll figure that out as we're reading. Um, okay, so as we know, he apparently died, was it yesterday?
Yes.
Okay. Chadwick Boseman died on 8/28/20. Okay. What does that add up to?
8/28/20. Um, what?
A six?
56? 56?
Okay, so it could be if it was a one in gematria. I think that might be a six. So
Hmm.
okay, alrighty. And how old was he?
43, I
43.
believe.
Okay, age 43. Okay. Okay, so if we did 43, so we could get a 3 from that. So that could be a 3/6. Okay. Okay, so hmm. Okay, so the fact that it's a 3 and a 6 could be a very interesting death with those
Yeah,
two.
it could be. Could be.
If we go by Madame So-So's Murder by Numbers, we get a 3, which is suspicious. Okay. Okay. So we actually did a reading last night, and I think we stopped abruptly in the middle of the reading because it was a
That
little
we did.
in a little special. Okay, so I'm gonna put some tranquil music on with no chanting so that I'm not distracted. And it's probably gonna be a commercial first. So let me let the ad go. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I like to have some little light music over here for me. Okay, so do we want to discuss what happened last night, and then we'll just go into a reading and what we heard last night?
um, However you want to do it, that's fine. That's fine. That's
So
fine.
last night we were talking about something else, and then you got the alert that said that he had passed, and we were like, "Oh,
Hmm.
holy cannoli!" And we are having a little bit of interference in our session. We've had two blips, and usually that means to me that we have some spiritual connection going on during the session. So that's a nice thing. So we have somebody present with us today, some energies or ancestors or somebody that's going to be communicating with us today. So I just wanted to make that known, because we had that once before when we were doing Cardi B, and the whole session wasn't even recorded. So we were kind of done on that one. So we are recording. So anyway, okay, so last night we were talking, and let me, because I don't always remember everything, and I
Hmm.
feel like we were talking about him. We were looking at different things. Um, I think we asked, did he really have an ailment? They said it was what, colon cancer.
Yes. Colon cancer.
I feel like last night we got a yes to the fact that he really did have colon cancer.
Yes, we
right?
did.
Okay. And then we asked, was it a sacrifice? And I feel like we got no's to the sacrifice.
Correct.
Okay. Um, but then when we went to suspicious death, it was a yes for me. I can't remember the specific question, but you got a no and I got a yes, right?
Right.
You remember what the question was?
Um, I think it had something to do with like did a some type of like outside entity or outside being cause him to get sick or something like that.
That's what it was. Did something cause him to get, did like, did somebody purposely do this to him or something to help him
Correct.
get this colon cancer or whatever? You
Correct.
gotta know, which is kind of the right answer, and I got a yes with some details. And then the details that I got, I saw this vision of this energy that went kind of like bing, bing, bing. I got this energy that went wang, 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 like crazy looking energy. And then I heard, yes, it was, I forget the words that I heard. Do you remember what I heard?
Um, I don't remember what you heard. I
Whatever it
don't.
was that I heard, the exact words that I heard was like, yes, it was, um, I can't remember. Like
Are you
my,
talking about the? Are you talking about the three things? The three? How you heard?
no, but yes, it was. Whatever words I got was that yes, it was caused by something.
Okay.
It wasn't like a natural, I just got colon cancer or whatever. Okay, so
Okay.
I can't remember the exact words that I heard. But then I also heard, what was it of three? Curse of three.
Curse of yeah. Curse of three or sins of three. I think it was curse of three. I think it was a
I
curse of
heard
three. Yeah.
curse of three.
Yes.
And so then I said, what the heck is curse of three? And then I was like, what? Okay, so let's ask, what's this curse of three? Was it three people? And we're still having glitching going on in the feed. I'm just letting you know. So I was like, did three people, three entities, three something curse him or something? I was like, I don't know. And then while then I said, let me Google and see if curse of three is a thing, right? And then you were looking at it intuitively, and so you can share what happened to you when you were looking at curse of three intuitively.
Right. And so when I kind of just asked spirit, was the curse of three real and what was it? I heard that it was real, and then I heard the word demonic, and when I heard that word, I started feeling some tension and discomfort in my chest, and it felt like my chest was opening up, so to speak, and it did not feel good at all. So at that point, I totally shut everything down and kind of stopped what I was doing and just tried to put as much protection up around me as I could, because it definitely felt like my chest was being opened up for something to go inside of my spiritual chest. So yeah, that wasn't a good feeling at all.
Okay, and so you were quiet for some time, and I was like, you finished yet? Because I had the chance to read the whole little blurb what this thing was, and I was like, you still over there? And then you shared the lovely experience that you had been having, and I was like, holy cannoli. So then I was like, okay, well, listen to this. I was like, Curse of Three is like, and I'm getting more glitchy things in the feed, but Curse of Three is, it was a book, and it was written about three boys. And as I'm reading this, I get like want to vomit feeling in here. So it feels very dark. it was written about three brothers that had this curse where they would never die. I think that was the synopsis, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when I scrolled down, I read the table of contents and I read them out to you. And I was like, look at this table of contents. And so I'm reading it out. Some of the stuff was like, I don't know what the heck that is, but none of it felt positive. It all felt like, what the hell is this book about? Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last chapter was like chapter 12, and the last chapter was called Sacrifice. And I was like, what the hell is this? And so at that point, we were like, I don't know what this is. This shit. We gonna leave this shit alone.
Exactly.
Because the energy,
Exactly.
I was like, holy hell, let me go get my look, holy hell. That's what that book was like, right?
Right, right.
Okay. I was like, let me go get my Palo Santo. Like, let me sage this place up in here. You know, it was a little like spooky for a minute there.
Yes, definitely.
And I really didn't want to revisit it. So I was looking at other stuff we could read. But then this morning, you sent me a message and said that you felt like it was some connection to Kobe Bryant. And I don't know what that was. And I was getting ready for a session that I had with a client. So I was like, well, I'm going to have to look at that later. So I'm not sure what that was. Do you want to discuss that first before we go into looking at this intuitively, or do you want to look at it intuitively first?
I can discuss it briefly, and I mean, in the connections, it wasn't anything intuitively. It was more so of a numbers thing. And if you look at like how Chadwick Boseman, he played a character of a historical Black baseball player named Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson wore number 42. Hold on 1 minute.
Which is a 6. Okay.
All right. So yeah. So Chadwick Boseman plays a historical black baseball player named Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson wore the number 42. That was his jersey number. And just in the odd series of coincidences, Kobe Bryant's jersey number he had two different jersey numbers that he wore in his career. The last one he wore was number 24, which is 42 in reverse. Kobe's first basketball number he wore was the number 8, which is 4 times 2. And so and then roughly Kobe and roughly Chadwick Boseman died, I think it was 1 day short of it being 8 months since Kobe Bryant died. So we got the whole eight number popping up again with their jersey numbers adding up to 8 with the 4 times 2 is 8 for both of them. And then Kobe's first jersey number being the number 8, them dying roughly 8 months apart from each other. There's several other
How old was Kobe?
Kobe was 41 and Chadwick was 43. So one of them died in front of 42 and the other one died after 42. That might not be anything, might be something, but it's just a lot of weird coincidences with their deaths and those particular numbers.
Okay. Okay. All righty. So let's see. What do we want to look at first? I have put up protection. I have been burning Palo Santo. I got a candle back here for our protection and everything. Because whoa, I don't know what the hell he tapped into.
Right.
Okay. So we could just get started. I'm gonna tell you what I feel. Okay, so well, I'll look at him and then I'll tell you what I feel. Okay, so when I look at him, want me to pause it? Okay. So when I look at him, I see like an energy all over him. The energy is pitch black, but then underneath of this energy is like this color. So the pitch black is above him, like maybe from his chest up all the way up into a spiritual connection. Underneath him, there's this wave. There's a reddish, purplish, bluish energy all the way down underneath him. Then there's a streak that goes down. There's a dark streak that goes all the way down. This is the energy that I see around him right now. Okay. I'm hearing no, he has not crossed all the way over. He is in a place right now. It's kind of a limbo place, a place in between worlds is what I'm hearing. Do you hear anything or see anything when you see him right now?
When you were talking about how he was kind of in the limbo place, I asked how come he has not like crossed over, or why is he still in limbo? And I got an answer. I'm not sure if you want me to tell the answer, or see if you get an answer to that first though. And I heard that because it has not been decided yet exactly where he's going to be going. So he's being kind of held in this particular place until whoever determines where he's going to go until they decide. So he's just hanging out in this in between until a decision is made.
Okay, so the words I'm hearing, and I feel like he's talking to me, is that I effed up and it's my fault. I effed up, it's my fault. I brought this on myself. I'm feeling like he was already in this world playing this game of the elites and the actors and stuff. And like we said last night, I don't feel like he was part of a sacrifice, even though, no, he was not part of a sacrifice. I'm feeling like because of how things work, this can't be used as part of one of their rituals because they didn't start this process. This was not the path that they had for him, meaning the elites that govern all the foolishness that they go through when they want to be an actor, singer, politician, whatever.
It definitely feels like he went rogue. That's why I keep on getting kind of like he definitely went this path totally on his own without like letting the powers that be know that he was doing this. So I haven't felt that last night, that like whatever it was he did it totally independent of anybody else. It was.
I'm getting 6 years. I know last night we were trying to figure out a time frame on when he did this ritual, because I feel it was a ritual spiritual practice. I feel like it was 6 years. It could have been 6 years ago. And I'm hearing to 8. So between 8 years ago and 6 years ago is when he was kind of doing some stuff, dibbling, dabbling, and crafting a plan. And he felt like he knew what he was doing. He did mess up. He did something wrong. He messed up. I'm hearing the consequences. He did not realize the consequences. He tried to make it better. He could not fix this. He couldn't fix this. He wanted to fix this. He had no option. He just had to keep living life like, I'm hearing like it didn't exist, but he was trying to fix this, but he couldn't fix it. He thought maybe he could fix this. He just messed up. He messed up playing around, not playing. He was very serious about his intentions, but he messed up. Whoever he went to for assistance, he messed up. I feel like we were trying to figure out last night. I don't know who he went to.
Right.
That's how he messed up. He don't know who he went to either. It feels like his intention was to receive assistance from one place, deity, something, but he received assistance from another deity. And um and that's how he messed up. He wasn't clear enough with who he was divining, who he was working with, and he messed up in his intention. Like, he just messed up his, like, in his intention. His intention was to go this way. I'm feeling that because of his interaction, because of who he was already messing with, he was already in the game. Because of this, when he requested of this over here, like, let's say I want to go to this deity, Orisha, whomever, for help, but I'm already in this game over here, and my path doesn't vibrate with this. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Let's say this and this don't work together. All right. And this here is what you agreed to. And this don't work well with this. This overrides this. So you're asking over here, but you're receiving from over here. So you fucked yourself up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you didn't get help from over here. You got help from over here. But there was a consequence because you was, like you said, going rogue. Those, I'm hearing that. You're doing your own thing. You're doing too much. That's what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hearing it worked, but it didn't work. Because you're not here no more. So
Right.
it didn't work.
Right.
Hey, you hearing anything as I'm going through all that?
Yeah, no. I was definitely hearing a lot of the same stuff that you were saying. It definitely did work for him. It did work. I mean, so, but it worked with him not knowing what the ultimate consequence was. But like, and the feeling behind it is like, not only did it work, but like it really worked. You know what I mean? Like it worked even more than he thought it would work for him. That's what I'm getting.
We got a big glitch, it was like this wide, and it was over your whole screen, like towards your middle, when you were saying
Really?
it worked, and it really worked. Again, got it again, and it's just on yours.
Oh,
We're
wow.
on the same thing here. It's like, it's not like it's two different feeds. It's like, and very interesting.
That is very interesting.
Okay, we got it again. And again. Okay, so we got some information. Is there something that we are willing to hear? Okay, so let's see what is trying to be communicated right now. And I feel like it's being communicated to you.
Let's see. I'm hearing regret because of the result. If he would have known this was going to be the result, then he would not have done it.
Mm-hmm. And disappointment, and he was really trying to make it right, but it just.
And I'm hearing sorrow. I'm sorrow. I'm hearing the word sorrow a lot also.
Okay, and it can't be undone. Well, it couldn't be undone.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like he signed his own death sentence. I'm getting that he would not have had the same career if he did not do that.
Yes. Yeah. I felt that even last night. Yeah. Yes. That the amount of fame that he had definitely would not have been the same.
It would have been
Definitely
more
not.
like Mediocre Boulevard. That's what I hear. It would have been Mediocre Boulevard. He wouldn't have died. now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He had happiness, but it was so short lived.
Right. Right.
Because it was like, I did it. And here's this big ass problem.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right.
I'm just saying.
Right. And I keep hearing skyrocketed. Like it's like we were saying. So like prior to like basically Black Panther, he had some moderate success, but he definitely was not recognized as like a big time superstar, anything like that. But then the success that he garnered from Black Panther like skyrocketed his career like overnight. But as quick as it shot up, it came down just as quick because of this whole illness.
So he would deal with pain, and I feel where the pain is in my body, and I don't know where the colon is, but the pain in my body is, I'm gonna show you. It's like right here. It's very low, but it's
Mm-hmm.
right in here, like this area right here. I don't know where the colon is. I should look and see where the colon is. But I feel like he was having pain in his body in that area. So let me see where the colon is. And this pain lasted 3 years. That's
Well,
what I
that
heard.
that area that you pointed to, that's like the kidneys back there, though.
Now I
I
think
believe.
the kidneys are up a little higher because I just did a person with a kidney issue, and the
Oh,
pain
okay.
I was feeling was up a little higher.
Okay.
Because I was like, is this the same area? Okay. So anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna show you in the body where, okay, so this is, I don't even know if you can see it,
I can
but
see it.
this right here is where it says the colon is. So it's pointing to right.
Oh, okay. So that is the area. That is the
Yep,
area
that's where
that
I
you were
was
pointing
feeling.
to.
And it
Okay.
says sigmoid colon. So the colon has many parts. This whole thing is the colon. Okay. Okay, so it says ascending colon. So where I was feeling was the sigmoid colon, and that's almost to where you would go to the bathroom.
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost to
Mm-hmm.
where it comes out. Okay. So it's like at a point, wait, let me see. Yeah, it's almost to where it would come out. So it was,
Mm.
because it looked like it was down a little further from that. Like if I feel where it was in my body,
Mm-hmm.
it feels like it was almost to where it would come out.
Okay.
That really sucks.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
But anyway, um, okay. So that's that. I'm sorry, that always takes me off track. And I keep saying I'm gonna get some anatomy charts in front of me. All right, so what else? Where were we when I saw that thing?
um,
Anything else we want to ask?
I mean, do you want to ask about if there is any type of connection with the whole Kobe thing, or if that's just purely coincidental with the numbers?
Okay, so let's hear what you hear. I heard something,
Okay.
but I want to hear what you hear.
Okay.
Heard. And then we can go over the cards, and we won't
Okay.
make this too long.
I heard yes, there is a connection between the two. I heard the word. Their deaths are intertwined. Um, Trying to find out why or how they were intertwined. Now, hearing the word Masonic Temple, but I don't necessarily think it's the Masonic Temple, but it feels like wherever they kind of did their whole initiation thing or did their ceremonies with the large group, that they did it from the same at the same location. So that's why they're intertwined. That's what I'm feeling.
Okay. Okay, so one thing that I was hearing with the relationship is that I feel like they may have known each other, and Kobe may have known what he was going through.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lots of interference on your side. So what is going on over there?
I mean, they definitely did know each other in life. They knew each other. I just think from them just being celebrities in Hollywood, they definitely ran in the same circles. I'm not sure if they were necessarily BFFs, but they definitely were friendly with each other and knew of each other. Um, and I'm still getting like some type of connection with like their ceremonies or whatever it was that they do or their rituals. I definitely feel like they either did it at the same place, the same location, possibly even did them at the same time sometimes. But that's the connection that I keep on feeling. That is something about with their rituals that they did. It was definitely like at the same location.
Are you speaking of the ritual that Boseman did at for whatever between 6 and 8 years ago? Or are you speaking of rituals for like them being an initiate or something like that?
I'm,
I don't know. I
I'm
feel
speaking of I'm
like
speaking of the
long ago. Huh?
I'm spe- I'm speaking of the rituals that they would have done to be initiates into that big group that we always talking about. That
Okay. So I'm feeling like Kobe was initiated a long time ago.
no
So
no 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 that part is true. He was. I'm not saying that they were initiated at the same time, but throughout the course of it, you still have to do different type of rituals and things like that. And just through the course of them doing rituals, I believe that at some point they overlapped. But Kobe was definitely in it before Chadwick was for sure. But just through the course of it all, I think that at some point their time overlapped where they were both there at the same time doing whatever their ritual was.
okay. And I'm having glitching on my side. Okay. I'm gonna go to these cards because I'm not sure what the connection is. I feel like I'm in struggle trying to figure that out. I
Hmm.
really am not getting a lot.
Hmm.
Just that they may have known each other. I don't
Hmm.
know that they had anything like I don't know if the rituals had anything to do with like I'm not getting that. Like I'm not getting, and maybe I'm asking the question about this death. I'm not feeling like the deaths are related. I feel like there could have been a relationship in life. I'm not getting that the deaths are
Were
connected.
are connected.
Like
Okay.
I don't know. Go ahead.
No, no, no. I was just saying, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, just that was a fault that I had, and then I did just feel that they were definitely connected in life with a lot of the things that they did. Not necessarily that their deaths were connected, but they were definitely involved in a lot of the same activities.
Okay. I feel like there could be a secret that they shared. That's the only thing that I get, that there could be a secret that they shared. Like Kobe could know what Boseman was going through. That's kind of what I get.
Okay. With his sickness, or with something else you mean?
With that part of his journey. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Like I feel like he could have revealed it to him. Because I
Okay.
feel like some of what he did, because he did a number of things through that 2-year period, through that 6 to 8 years ago period. He did a number
Mm-hmm.
of little things. And I feel like the temple that you're referring to, wherever
Mm-hmm.
they were, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like this place could have led to whatever he finally did that really, really worked.
Mm-hmm.
This place that they have in common could have been like the source for this energy or
Mm-hmm.
entity that had things really work for him.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. So the first card that popped out was a man holding a heart, and it says male dealing with with family, love, or emotions. And this was the first card that kind of popped out. I'm gonna show it to you. And what I get from this card is, so he's sitting there, he's holding a heart. There's another heart on his leg. There's looks like a tree with maybe some flowers on it. And the heart on his leg looks interesting. Um, and I know the heart on his leg does not represent this, but what I hear is like a hole in his heart. Like I feel like this is like, I feel like this is like representative of him right now, like where he is right now, how he feels right now. Like he
Mm-hmm.
feels like this whole feels lost. Like a part of him feels like regret, remorse, like like he just has a hole in his heart about this. Um, he feels for those around him, but he's been feeling this way for some time. I'm hearing 3 years, because he knew that he messed up. He didn't know his time frame. He didn't know when it was going to be over for him. But he did know he wasn't going to make it, even though he was
Mm-hmm.
trying to undo what he had done. He knew that he was going to die. You get anything?
Um, I was going to ask. I was trying to hear, like, how was he trying to undo it? Like, was he trying to undo it through good deeds or through different types of rituals? That's what I was trying to ask. Because it was coming through to me as if he was trying to undo it by doing like good deeds, but I wasn't sure if I was hearing that correctly. Did you hear anything?
Yeah, I got
Mhm.
that too, through good deeds.
Okay. Okay.
I feel like I felt that last night too, that he
Mhm.
was really trying through good deeds to undo this. I'm looking at the
I see
candle.
it.
It's going like, Okay. So yeah, like it's waving at us.
I see it waving. I see it. I see.
What are you saying? What do you want us to know? You want us to keep going? Okay. All right. So I feel like, he was trying to do good deeds. He already knew that it was over. He really didn't want it to be. He just felt sorrow, like, damn, I can't believe I did this dumb shit.
Right, right.
But he was not on a track to have major success.
Right.
So it's kind of like he had major success later on in life, but it was quickly over as quickly as it started. You had mentioned that he did do some other things. So I don't feel like he felt like this was the better choice.
No. He definitely feels like if he could have done it all over again, he would not do it. He would not have chosen it because it wasn't worth it. It definitely wasn't worth it. The success came quick, but it was so short-lived that it wasn't worth it.
He was not marked for sacrifice. That's what I'm hearing. On the path that he was on, like he kind of veered off of his path. But the path that he was on, he was not marked for sacrifice. So he would not have died early. He would have just had a career in the entertainment business that was a little bit mediocre. It would have gone and he would have done different things. He would have enjoyed his life. He would not have had as much notoriety. You might not have noticed him if he walked down the street. But he would have gotten into different things like directing and production, and he would have stayed in the field. Like that was the path that he was supposed to be on in this lifetime, but he chose this. This was not a part of his path. He got this bright idea. I don't feel like on the other path that he was supposed to be on, I don't feel like he would have been real happy either, even though he'd have been okay and he wouldn't have died early. I still don't feel like he would have been as happy because he did do whatever he did to have, whatever career that he did have. And he would not have been willing to do that much more to go super high. So he would have been still living this life, having made some deals that were not great, and to live with that. He would have kind of overcome the fact that he did do some things to get the mediocre success, but there would have been disappointment. Really, did I really do this to have this mediocre success? And the other path, he wouldn't have been willing to do the other things to get the super duper success. And I feel like that's what kind of made him
go the other way, right? Go, yes. Yep.
That's really fucked up, because that's what made him do this dumb shit. And he just didn't do it all right. He didn't really factor in the fact that he wasn't going to be able to do it. That's really it. He was not going to be able to do it. He was going to have to work with this set of energies and entities and ritualistic practices this way, and manipulated and controlled. That's what I hear. It would have had to been this way, and it would have had to been controlled, manipulated, is what I get, and managed this way. You don't get to pick how, you don't get to do all that. Once you're there, once you're in,
you're in, right?
The way we tell you,
right?
And that's it,
right?
So,
kind of once you're in, that's where your loyalty lies with them. So you can't venture out and go off on your own and do your own things. Once you commit to us, is it. So So that leads me to believe that if he would never have entered those guys and went rogue without being connected, I don't think he would have necessarily had the same result as far as this early death. Do you? So if he would have never gotten involved with the big guys and just from the start tried to contact this other deity for success, do you think that he would have had the same result as far as getting sick and dying?
He wouldn't have had the Black Panther.
Right.
I don't feel like, so he wouldn't have had this success. That was all part of his the trickery. We use you, we made money, and bye, bitch. You know, that's part of the trickery of and the punishment of, oh, who you think you are, little Negro? Oh, really? Oh, okay. We're gonna show you. So, but he wouldn't have had that because he would have had success. Like I told you what that road would have looked like. Now you're saying if he didn't get with them in the first place, but he already did before he had this inkling to do this.
This idea, okay, got you.
So it's already there.
I got you.
So just kind of
it's sad. It's
okay, so I'm not even gonna read all these cards, but I feel like the man holding the heart is where he is. This jumped out at the very beginning, and I just feel like he's just sorrowful, mournful, remorseful. Like he wished that he didn't do it. He was not a bad guy. He wanted to have success. He got the success that he wanted, but and he was very excited about it. The way his career was going before was okay. It was boring to him. He wanted more. His self-esteem was not very, very high to be in this industry. It wasn't very high in the beginning. He compensated for that in other ways. He started to be, his self-esteem started to build up some. So that confidence level is probably why he wouldn't have, if he would have stayed on that track, that's probably why he wouldn't have had like major success, because of that confidence level. And then I see blossoming abundance. That is what he had. And then then it was gone, you know, blossoming abundance, and then it's all gone. So caring connections, and I felt like that was where he is right now. He just wants to give love back. I'm not sure what he's gonna do right now. I do feel like what you said about like kind of like a crossroads as far as which way he would go, because inherently he was not a bad guy. He did not do really bad things to people and stuff like that.
Right.
Hold on one second, I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay, so that's kind of what I got. What you get? You get anything else?
But nothing else. Just that he definitely is in this limbo place. He has regret, wish that he never would have done it because it wasn't worth it. And I mean, ultimately, it just seems like a sad tale of, I mean, a person trying to kind of maybe reach beyond their means or access something that they didn't have full control over, and unfortunately, it came back to bite them in the butt.
Right. So, I mean, so this goes to everybody. When you are doing spiritual practices and rituals and things of that nature, you really need to know what you're dealing with. It could be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know who you're dealing with. And if you have entered into some contracts and some spiritual agreements, you really have to be careful and know what you're dealing with, and know that if you've entered into some spiritual contracts with, you know, whatever group order that you are a part of, you need to know what your limitations are, what your restrictions are, and try not to do anything that will harm yourself. I would suggest that before you enter into those agreements, you need to know. But I think a lot of you guys are tricked into those agreements, and you screw yourself just by getting in, and then you decide you don't want to be in, and it's too fucking late.
It's too late.
You know,
it's too late at that point.
Yeah. All right. So that was fun and interesting. I'm going to do a clean out, clear out. Please, you do the same, because there was a lot of energetic stuff going on. There was a lot of communication with us during that session. So let's do a clean out, clear out. We don't have to do it together, but we can end on that note. So, Mr. Chadwick Boseman, we loved you in the Black Panther, and I'm sorry that this has happened. We will send love and healing vibrations to your family. We'll send some love and healing. I will definitely send you, I'll do some work with you later on so that your journey to wherever you're going to go to next is a peaceful one. I'll do some work for you afterwards, because I know you didn't mean to do this. You didn't mean to screw things up. And I'm just sorry that this has happened to you. So that's all I got to say. Anything more?
Ditto. No, ditto. I just add to that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, all this happened to you, and I'll also continue to send loving energy to you and to your family.
All right, so I'll be doing some work for you this evening. Thank you, Marcus. This was nice.
Thank you. Yes, definitely.
And again, we are so sorry, Mr. Boseman. All right, peace be unto you. Healing be unto us. Healing and clearing. All righty?
All right.
All right. Talk to you
All
soon.
right.
See y'all.
Bye.
Oh, like us, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit the like button. You know, I always forget all that. All right.
All right. Peace.